14 versus 10 to kick us off here in Charlotte. Pitt and Stanford meet for the second time in a couple of weeks. And it's a car right now. There are 5 ACC bubble teams all in action in the first 2 days. And Roger Ayers throws it up. Pitt wins the tip. Stanford is the second hottest team in the league behind Duke. They've won 4 straight to get on the bubble heading into this tournament. Jalen Thompson, a 6-7
played. Corey was held to 6 points in the first half. We saw a variety of different looks defensively, but exploded in the second half for 28 points. This NCAA tournament to the round of 32. And a lot of this starts with Corin down low, a guy that needs to get going offensively to give them a lift.
Barry Doug's trying to get them back to the tournament. It's been a while. Witherspoon misses. Another offensive rebound for Cialepa. He can't convert. He's got the ball. Won at NC State 85-84 on Saturday to get him back in the bubble mix. Corin hesitates and scores.
What a find by Minor, though. Minor did a really good job
today, and then 1 or 2 others, they'll have a shot.
And I think Stanford needs to get to the conference semifinals. That would have given them 7 quad 1 wins. And the whole thing about Corey, each and every possession, denying him the ball back, making life very difficult for him.
Here's a pull-up 3. It's good. Ryan Agarwal, the struggling, is out of 3, rebounded by Rahosi. Agarwal just hit a 3. Back-to-back triples lead to a Pittsburgh timeout.
Like finishes with both hands, with different Englishes at different angles of the glass, but also he's an elite playmaker. He can kick out for 3s, and that's what Stanford's really good at, spot shooting.
12-minute timeout. Ted Smith, really good shooter, is short on his first try. Next game today, SMU-Syracuse, a must-win for SMU, which is right inside the projected bracket according to Joe Minardi. Corin denied, but foul. Hammond went up and committed the foul. It's the second on Stanford's starting center. And Cam Corin hits on the floor for Stanford as well, as Corin goes 2 for 2.
By the way, Minor can make life difficult.
Good force Giller to throw that ball all the way in the backcourt. This is what they've done in this good stretch of late. But Okori is fouled. Allen and Makari Moore get a couple of minutes here and there.
Good ball reversal.
Agarwal has already hit 2. Rebound Rahosi. His shot is Okori got in his face.
Actually had a chance to get Okori on the foul. Corey jumped into him. Could have been an easy foul.
Cialepa. First bucket of the game, and Pitt's with it. Corey gives up the dribble again. Keeler an open 3. That will go. The 5th 3 for Stanford.
Hands up, hands down, man down.
We're midway through the second half. First half. Stanford hasn't hit a 2 or a free throw and still leads, but there is Indrisitis rolling down to Cialepa.
Good read.
Witherspoon fouled, and he ties it with a chance to. Corey's out of the game right now for Stanford. Rahosi in the paint. And Rahosi will be called for travel.
Once again, Cialepa relying on your height.
3 straight makes for Pitt after a 3 for 14 start. Cialepa again going to work, and he'll get to the line. Cialepa is not a good free throw shooter, 48%. Jackson was their 6'11" addition from Iowa State in the portal. He was not cleared by the school due to a miss. Stanford. Witherspoon got Keeler on the blow-by, rimmed it out, and then Rahosi so far is doing everything they need to do on Okori. They've been by far the more physical team, and now they lead by 4 on an Indrisitis 3.
This team playing for. And if you think about Pitt right now, you're playing for your season, but you're also playing for your coach's job.
Minor. Dunning lays it up and in. Timeout, Stanford. Abuko Okori doesn't turn 19 until April. Trying to go to work here. Bounces one to Young. Met resistance from Cialepa and still the Pitt bench. Okori doesn't want to screen. Wants to do it himself. Wrapping his way inside. A very tough shot is knocked down the floor. Again, this is all with Corin on the bench with 2 fouls. Cialepa met with resistance and another foul. The 7th in the half. Is going to get a substitute in for Noyes Indrisitis. Makari Moore will come back in.
That's so critical to this team. You know, provides him with another ball handler, another elite shooter from the outside. Really.
Hilte looking for a backdoor cut. Tough catch for Okori. And he did well to just throw it out of bounds.
All out on him.
Jeff Capel singled out Moore and Kieran Mullen for playing really good spot minutes at Syracuse. And finally, at the 5:49 mark, it came. Thompson was open for a minute. Young didn't see him. Now inside to Hilte, who scores his first basket in the last 3 games. Hilte steps up onto the point guard, Minor, whose 3 is grabbed by Witherspoon. Moore swings it. Minor fakes it. Takes it. Missed it. Pretty amazing energy for Minor, who became a new father, by the way, 3 weeks ago. Jeff Capel said he's been better on the road. He's getting some... Cialepa into the corner for Witherspoon. Stanford flying around in the zone. 3 to shoot it. Witherspoon does! Witherspoon, step back 3. Barely grazed the rim. Cialepa's there again. And Cialepa turns away from top for turnover. Minor again, flying by Thompson, finding Moore, left it short, tipped in by Cialepa.
Once again,
winning run here in the half to Dunning, bobbles it, drives it, Dunning finishes before the horn. And that worked for Pitt, the 15 seed, leading by 8. Remember, Stanford must win this game and probably at least one more to get to the tournament. That's a good 2%. And you have to imagine there's a good chance of some quote-unquote bid thieves along the way here in Champ Week. Cam Corrin, who again didn't play the... Stanford with Thompson, Rahosi, Kamen, Geeler, and Okori starting 5 on the floor. Geeler gets a clean look. Doesn't miss it. First Stanford player in double figures. Cialepa puts it on the ground into Rahosi. Rahosi trying to hold strong. Cialepa finishes anyway. Again, has that rugby background, and he has used the lower body strength decisively today. This time, Kamen goes into Cialepa for his first 2.
Well, good job. Consistency and the level of effort that you need to give to stay attached and not lose a guy like Okori. The ability to do that for 40 minutes throughout the course of the game, let alone
6. Once again, they have a hard time getting it to Okori. He gives it up to Kamen. Driving, handing it off for Hilte. Okori early in the half. Amari Witherspoon in a terrific first half. 5 points, good all-around play. Nice jumper there. Foul was Minor's second. Games in ACC history, Ibuka's got 7. He came into today ahead of R.J. Barrett's ACC. Misses another 3. It's tipped to Kamen. Corey doesn't trigger a deep one. Drives again. That's a tough finish. That's more like it.
Making ability at the rim that has NBA scouts super excited about what this player can be at the next level.
Hilte with a smothering knocked away by Minor from Okori, a deflection. Okori walks it up with 7 to shoot. Driving it on Minor, left-handed finish. Across the way, Minor. Wheeler's all over him, 5 to shoot it. Minor taking his time, gotta get it up, and gets it home. Seconds.
Not a major
coming to
delivery,
flow.
Minor.
Here's Young. There's a major putback by Hilte. How about the minutes, Jim? Since Stanford had the lead. Young from Okori is fouled. Second foul on Barry Dunning. Division I points with his first 2 today. 6 to shoot it. Dent Smith off the bench. Jeremy Dent Smith gives Stanford the lead for the over. Good minutes for Young, who has the takeaway. Better pick up Okori. They don't. He made them pay. Stanford, which was down as many as 8 to start the half, is up by 4. Winner to the second round in NC State. There's a good answer for Pitt and Corrin. Corrin with 10. Corrin and Cialepa each with 10 for Pitt. Corey and Geeler with 11 for Stanford. Good slip. Corrin, Cialepa, who grabs a loose ball. Down the floor for Dunning. To the basket with a shot fake. 6 straight for Pitt. And a few playing for their head coach here.
Yeah, you can tell the sense of urgency and how they're playing. As Agarwal knocks down another 3, has been really critical for this team.
Substitutions in the half. Akari Moore just went to the table to be a 3rd. Cialepa downhill to give the Panthers the lead. Rahosi Lost his dribble, nowhere to go, but the basket! Well, look what I found!
So Gus Minor's going to come in with anywhere under 7 to play more big minutes on the court.
Corin follows up the block shot with a three-point opportunity. Matchup. Cialeppa, downhill driver, fouled. Got chucked out of the way. That's 5.5 on Stanford. Cialeppa, Moore fakes a three. Moore blocked by Okori. Moore blocked again. Corin fouled. They just don't stop.
Jersey, if you're Coach Smith, no white jersey should be watching the action going on in the paint. Every white jersey should be in the paint, fighting and scrapping for those 50-50 balls.
And team to shoot. Witherspoon driving again. Foul line jumper. That's good. Omari Witherspoon. It's gotten away with a couple of those.
Look at this. Look at this.
Barry Dunn.
Please foul. Okay.
Dunning three. There's the first 3.5 for Pitt. Rebounded by Corin. Into Cialeppa.
What strong hands.
Pitt is +8 on the glass in the second half. Rahosi playing with 4 fouls. That's a good finish. With a rejection. And here comes Gieler out of the fray. Benny Gieler, Rahosi, fouled by Corin, and he'll shoot 2.
Get to the free throw line. Stanford has to play without fouling.
They do there. It's now a Pitt foul, and that's the 4th.
Know your self-references.
NWA.
All right, that feels more culturally on point here. What a move!
Oh, what a finish, Rahosi. Cialeppa makes a 3. Young comes over to defend. Dunning the offensive rebound and stick back. Stanford will shoot free throws the rest of the way. Both teams in the bonus. Okori, Rahosi, 3 Pitt players there to knock it out of the... Swipes it away. Minor grabs it with 3 to shoot. Minor's got to put it up. Steps inside. Drew the iron. Rebounded by Gieler. Open for 3. Couldn't get it to him. Thompson now late in the shot clock. It's Thompson off the window to slip. Not been able to get anything out of that pick and roll. Young spinning. Young, no! And Thompson crashed the glass and knocked it out of.
What Rahosi has to do is turn face opposite, and he has Gieler wide open in the corner.
Young digging his way in for 2 and a Stanford lead with 1:40 to go.
Good rip through.
Dunning for 3. Yes! A deep 3, way too deep. Loose ball grabbed by Dunning. Got a foul here? They will, and it's going to be a 1-and-1 for Witherspoon. The freshman from Bowie, Maryland. Misses the 1-and-1 and gets his rebound.
Set it high, set it high. There you go, that's where you have to turn the corner.
Okori fouled and he finishes. Would you look at that? Over 120 career games, his 124th has fouled out. Will it be his final game?
Go.
Minor driving, DeMarco Minor! No! Put back, yes! 9/10 of a second to go. Pittsburgh is in the clock, which stopped with 9/10 of a second left and went down to 4/10. But the Pitt Panthers. Okori's at midcourt to keep its NCAA tournament hopes alive. Stanford knocked down by Cialeppa. Only a...
You see the ball doesn't hit the ground there for a while, but the clock never started. There could be...
On Stanford, and the Pitt Panthers, who just barely slipped into the ACC tournament, will play NC State tomorrow. DeMarco Minor in the 131st game of his D1 career after starting his career with a JUCO national title as the